What inning is that game in?
The first.
It's 5-0 in the first inning?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Yep. Yo, what's up? Am I live right now? I'm getting an error message. Let me check on my phone to see if I'm live. No, I'm live. I don't know what this error message is. Just give me whatever. Someone give me a comment to make sure that I'm live, because I'm getting a weird error message from YouTube here. Can you see that I'm live, dude?
Yeah. Okay. You're live.
Okay. All right. I guess the comments just aren't coming in, or maybe no one's commenting. Whatever. Okay. See, someone just said live. All right. Cool. So 3 games tonight. What a week, right? Game 2s, we went 8-0 against the spread, looking to make it 9 in this first one. We also went 7-0 total last night with the totals and props and all that. So awesome week NBA wise. MLB, not so much. We started off the season so hot this week, getting smacked around. Hopefully that turns around. But anyway, we're talking NBA. First game, Sixers at Nets. Let's pull up the pie charts up here. As expected, public is all over Philly. But check it out. The Sharps, this line opened up at 4. But by yesterday morning, it was already at 4.5. Sharps hammered Philly early at 4. Then it moved to 4.5. And if you look, yes, public is still heavy on Philly. But now looks like there's some money starting to come in on Brooklyn. So since yesterday morning, the action that has come in has been on Brooklyn. It's important to take it. That's why I put the times on top here. It's important to take note of that. So public all over Philly here. I am on the Sixers. Gotta be, in my opinion. Let's put it up here. 76ers minus 4.5. All right, so I'm sure a lot of people are out there talking about, okay, Philly's on the road now, we can fade them. Philly's better at home, blah, blah, blah. They were at home for the first 2 games of this series. Now we get to see them on the road. I'm sure a lot of people are saying that. Here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. The information that Philly is better at home, that's outdated. Philly was struggling on the road early in the season. Since the All-Star break, the Sixers are 10-5 on the road. 10 wins on the road since the All-Star break. The only other team that has double-digit wins is the Kings, who also have 10. So Philly is tied for the league in the NBA since the All-Star break, wins on the road. This team does not struggle on the road. They're good as shit on the road. So that information, let me just shut that down right now. I don't know how you drop this line from 10.5 to 4.5, because you want to know what else? In addition to Philly can play on the road, and they've been good as hell on the road. In addition to that, you want to know who's one of the worst teams in the NBA at defending their home court? The Nets. The Nets, since the All-Star break, are just 5-7 at home, below 500 at home. They're towards the bottom of the league, down there with Detroit, Portland, Indiana. The Nets have not played well at home. So again, to drop this line 6 points from 10.5 to 4.5 just because they're now playing in Brooklyn, that's insane to me. I think this line should still be closer to 10. If it was 8.5, I could see. But 4.5, no. Now, on a basketball standpoint, Philadelphia won the rebounding battle 56-33 in Game 2. Holy shit. But the thing is, that's what you're going to get with Brooklyn. The Nets are one of the worst rebounding teams in the NBA. So if you're expecting regression to bring that closer, yeah, maybe the discrepancy isn't as insane in Game 3. But the Sixers are going to win the rebounding battle, just like they did in Game 1. They're going to do it again in Game 3. They're just a much better rebounding team than the Nets, and that's their weakness. They can't rebound. I want to turn your attention to something. This is what really cements me on Philly here. So the turnover battle in Game 2. Anyone want to take a guess of what you think it was? 19-9 in favor of Brooklyn. You mean to tell me that the Nets ripped 19 turnovers off the Sixers to just committing just 9 turnovers of their own and still couldn't cover the 10.5? The Nets defense ripped 19 turnovers to 9 and still couldn't cover the 10.5. It looks like Jacque Vaughn is going to continue double teaming Joel Embiid as soon as he gets the ball. And I saw people on Twitter saying like, oh, awesome strategy. What? Are we watching the same games? They're getting smacked. They've gotten beat by double digits. They're down 0-2 with 2 double-digit losses. Well, how is that an awesome strategy? It's an awesome strategy if your main purpose is to make sure Joel Embiid doesn't go over his point total. If that's your goal here, Jock Vaughn, awesome strategy. But I thought the goal here was to win basketball games. I don't know why they keep doing that. I also like how Philly struggled game one. First half of game two. Might have been a nice little wake-up call that they needed. Because I have written down that my only concern with a Philly bet here would be them taking their foot off the pedal. They're up 2-0, 2 comfortable double-digit wins. Maybe they're starting to look ahead to the Boston series, maybe. That would be my only concern. But the fact that they were down and getting beat bad in the first half of game two, I think erases that a little bit. I think that was a bit of a wake-up call. So, yeah, is there anything I missed here? Yeah, no, I'm on Philly all the way here. I know it's definitely a little on the square side. Don't care. I'm laying the 4.5. Next game coming. Kings at Warriors. All right. So, let's get the pie chart nice and big so everyone can see that. Everyone's betting the Warriors here. The early action came in on the Kings, but it's been all Warriors yesterday and today. Everyone's on the Warriors. Love it because I'm on the Kings. So, let me first write it up there. Kings plus 6. So, no Draymond Green, obviously. Wiggins, Poole, and Payton are all questionable as well. Let me make sure that hasn't been updated. As of an hour ago, they were all questionable. Yeah. Gary Payton Jr., Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, all listed as questionable. Now, when it comes to the playoffs, when a player's listed as questionable, I assume they're going to play. Just because it's the playoffs. If it's borderline, you'd think they would lean towards playing. But that being said, Giannis got upgraded to questionable yesterday, and he sat out. So, who knows? For this video, I'm going to assume that those 3 guys play, and that Draymond's the only one out tonight. The reason I can get there, the reason I can make that assumption, in my opinion, I just can't see if Poole, Wiggins, and Payton sit. I can't see the odds makers letting people buy Kings plus 6 tickets in that situation. I just can't see that being the case. So the fact that this line's at 6 makes me believe that those 3 guys are going to play. So what does Draymond Green being out for Golden State mean? Well, obviously he's the best defender on the team. He's actually analytically the 7th highest rated defender in the NBA this season. So the defense obviously takes a hit. Everyone knows that. Draymond out, Golden State defense takes a hit. What a lot of people aren't talking about is the offense also takes a significant hit because he's been the best facilitator on that team for years. I know Steph Curry is listed as the point guard, but he's not a point guard. I don't know why people say Steph Curry is a point guard. Steph Curry himself said, I don't know why they list me as a point guard. I'm not a point guard. Draymond Green runs the point for that team. He's led the Warriors in assists 6 of the last 7 years. In the first 2 games of this series, Draymond Green has 16 assists. The next highest on the team is Klay Thompson with 8. He is the facilitator on that offense. Now, he's not like a traditional point forward like LeBron James, but he is the main facilitator on that offense. So to say he's not missing him, it's not a factor on the offense. It's just bullshit. He's a huge factor on the offense. So prop-wise, who's going to gather up all those missing assists? It's clear that the odds makers think it's going to be Steph Curry. His assist total is up at 7.5, which is an insanely high number for him. Guess how many times in the last 3 months Steph Curry has had 8 or more assists? 3. Just 3 times. He does not have 8 or more assists. That's not the role Steph has on the Warriors. He's not a facilitator. That's not the role he wants to play. That's not the role Steve Kerr wants him to play. In the 2 games this year that he played without Draymond Green, he had 5 assists and 5 assists. So you would think, Draymond out, everyone rushes to bet Steph Curry over assists. At 7.5, under at plus money, I would actually look there. I would actually bet Steph's under assists before over. My second thought was to look at Klay Thompson, and I like this one. Assist total's at 2.5. Juiced, but it's juiced so heavily to the over. It's like minus 150. So I don't want to lay that kind of juice on one of my main bets. What I will do is in my SGP that I post, I'm probably going to have Clay 4+ assists as one of the legs in it because he should get over that total pretty easily. Obviously, the odds makers agree with me because it's juiced at minus 150. So I like, you know what, I'll put it on the thing, even though, but I feel it's like such a, putting a minus 150 prop on the screen is so just not something I would do. But whatever. Over 2.5 assists, minus 150. That's terrible. I don't even like the look of that. I'm thinking more as an SGP piece. Staying on the assist total, we arrive at Kevon Looney, and this one comes from Prop Beaver. And even though he gave me fake stats, I still think it might be worth a play. This is. He's sitting right over there, and he's like, he doesn't have a mic, so he can't defend himself. So Kevon Looney's assist total also at 2.5, juiced to the over again, minus 130. Look at his numbers without Draymond. He's averaging 3.9 assists per 36 minutes without Draymond. So that's solid. In his last 6 games without Draymond, he's gone over 2.5 assists 4 times. So 4 out of 6. I know, at minus 130 odds, you would like to see it better than that. I agree. But I'll put it on. The Clay Thompson one, I wouldn't bet that straight. Minus 150, it's tough. Looney over 2.5 assists, I don't think it's going to make it on my ticket, but that'd be one I'd be more willing to tell you to bet straight. Kevon Looney over 2.5 assists. Like I said, he's hit that 4 of his last 6 games without Draymond. And those assists got to go somewhere. Draymond's the leading facilitator on the team. Someone has to pick up those assists. I honestly couldn't find one that I loved. This one comes from Prop Beaver, and I think it's a great point. He said DiVincenzo, and I looked. This guy dishes the ball out when Draymond isn't on the court, but his assist total isn't open on any books. You know what? I'll check. As of like 30 minutes ago, it wasn't. But just to keep this up to date, let's go over to player assists here, see if it's open. Nope. Still not open. So I'm going to delete these. I like these, but what I want to put on, my favorite one would probably be DiVincenzo over assist, but it's not open. I don't know what that number is going to be at. But he does facilitate. Anyway, we've been talking about assists for way too long. This is crazy. But I do like that one. As far as picking a side, hear me out. How can we lay 6 points with Golden State here? We saw the Warriors play one of their strongest games in Game 1. One of their strongest games that we've seen them play in the last 2 or 3 months. They lost. In Game 2, Sacramento shoots 9 of 38 from 3. 9 of 38. This is the Kings. The Kings' main part of the main part of the Kings' offense is the outside shot. That's what they rely on. Their offense runs on the outside shot. They went 9 of 38. They shot 23.7% from 3 and still lost. I don't know how. Now you want me to lay 6 points to this team? If you can't beat the Kings when they shoot 23.7% from 3, you can't beat the Kings. I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to beat the Kings, but I don't know how I can lay 6 points against that, especially now that Draymond's out, who's your most important defensive piece and a very important piece on your offense as well. Not to mention, everyone's going to talk about Golden State at home, one of the best home teams in the NBA. Do you want to know who the best road team in the NBA is? Not one of the best, the best road team in the NBA, the Sacramento Kings. Let me pull that up. Kings on the road this year. 25-16 against the spread. Actually, the Bucks passed them, so they're second best to the Bucks. That's against the spread as road underdog. Man, I hate this freaking site. Whatever. I think I have it under win-loss and not ATS. Whatever. Sorry. It's bad content right here. Kings, let's say the second best road team in the NBA. There's no way. There's no way I can get there, especially without Draymond and without other pieces being banged up. Kings +6, and I like Warriors over assist props, whether you want to go Clay, Looney, or DiVincenzo when it opens on a book. So, next up. Suns at Clippers. I don't even want to talk about this game, though. Suns -7. Put it to sleep. Like, this is probably going to be a blowout. I'm not waiting. Like, Clippers are so. All right, the Suns are on the road now, so now we want to look at the Clippers. Clippers are one of the worst teams in the NBA at home. They've never been a team this year that's been great at protecting their home court. So if this game was in Phoenix, the line would be Phoenix -12.5, and that's what I think it should be right now. With no Kawhi Leonard, look at this lineup. I mean, Russell Westbrook's got some confidence back. He's going to try to be a hero. You want to put your money on that? I sure as shit don't. Like Eric Gordon. I know he made a couple plays, and Eric Gordon's a nice little player. That's who you want to take to go head-to-head with Devin Booker? No way. I like this Clippers team, and I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan, so I would like to see them advance, but I think they're about to get smoked tonight. I think Suns win by 20+, so yes, I will definitely lay the 7 without a doubt. Steven Harrison got Suns at -3. Yeah, you lucky motherfucker. That's when betting early comes to your advantage, right? Kawhi Leonard ruled out. Jesus. Yeah, all over the Suns here. As far as... so something I wanted to add. I didn't put any props up for the Sixers game. I just have typed Sixers -4.5. The reason for that is... I'm sorry, let me put it back up. This is confusing. Let me put the Sixers back up. The reason I was hesitant to bet props here, if Jacques Vaughn is going to come out and double-team Joel Embiid, then that changes, which he has in Game 1 and 2, that changes the landscape for everybody's stats on the floor. So I feel like if we're betting a prop here, what we would really be doing is betting on what Jacques Vaughn's coaching decisions are, which isn't nearly as interesting. Or, I mean, it's more like flipping a coin. I want to take Embiid's under. If Jacques Vaughn comes out and double teams the shit out of Embiid, that's going to hit. He's going to go under. But if he doesn't, that shit's going to fly over. So I don't like it because I feel like I'm more betting on a coach's decision rather than a basketball angle. That's the reason I didn't put up any props for this one. I'm sorry about that. And this Suns one, I don't know where to go with it either, because I honestly think it could be a blowout to the point where they take their foot off the pedal at the end of the third quarter, and some guys maybe rest. I don't know. I don't see how the Clippers keep that one close, honestly. Favorite bet out of these three? Probably the Sixers. Sixers would probably be my favorite bet of the three, but I'm probably just going to do one unit on either. I have the VIP ticket typed out. I just didn't put units next to it, so I actually don't know what the weights are going to be, but I'll probably just do what I've been doing, which is one unit on each one. But if I had gun to my head, pick your favorite bet of the night, Sixers -4.5. Thanks everyone for watching. We're going to try, for the MLB streams, we're going to try putting out early videos late at night for the next day. That way people can get the angles early, because I think what's happening is our MLB live show is too late. And by that time, people have already watched a lot of content. People have made their minds up. So we're going to try some stuff like that. That's what Prop Beaver's over here. That's what we're working on. So we might be uploading a video. I know this is a basketball stream, and probably 3/4 of the chat doesn't give a shit about baseball. But so tonight, I think we're going to upload our first one with that format, where it's kind of like the night before. Here are our angles. Maybe we're not locking in any bets, but here are our leans, kind of a thing. We're going to see how that works, see if people like it. Yeah, I think I covered everything I want to cover. Thanks you all for watching. I'll be watching these games. I'll be active on Twitter. Reach out if you need anything. Let's win some money. So we got 8 in a row against the spread. We're going for 9, 10, 11 tonight, but let's just focus on 9. Let's get that 9 before we go to 10 or 11. Let's have ourselves a good one. Remember to bet responsibly.